Hello. We're going live here from Connor's Music. This is not Wednesday night. This is not our regular live stream event. This is a whole new separate event. And so basically, during the course of this week, you'll see um, members of our team go live just to introduce some of the products that are going on sale, or I shouldn't say going on sale, are on sale this week. And so these are just going to be kind of popping up throughout the week on your Facebook and YouTube, on our Facebook and YouTube channels and pages, and possibly on Twitch too. Or not this one I didn't put on Twitch. So I'm just live on Facebook and YouTube because we've got this really cool sale going on this week. And basically, we've got a promo featuring D'Addario EXL strings that's nationwide. So you will see it at other retailers, and it's available till July 28th. So we thought, why not make this extra special and really focus mostly on D'Addario product to put on sale, because they don't just make great strings; they have lots of great offerings, and sometimes that gets a little I wouldn't say overlooked because there are regular sellers for us, but it's sort of like maybe taken for granted a little, that it's just like, oh, there's these products available that help musicians make music, maintain their instruments, stay in tune, whatever. So we're going to bring these to light over the course of this week. And then whenever you see us going live, feel free to bombard us with questions. This is live and interactive. I'll tell you right now, if you're watching it at 3:45 p.m. Eastern time on Monday, July 22nd, so if it's now, it's now, and you can go ahead and put your comments and questions in. If it's after, we'll do our best to go back to the thread and see what you've written and reply, with text to comment on it. So for this afternoon, or at least for this, I'm going to say this afternoon, we probably won't go live again this afternoon. But we wanted to show off this fairly new tuner and on the been around for a little while tuner from D'Addario, that are both really great options, and we can discuss in this little live stream here why one might want to go with one or the other. So first of all, just to discuss the fact that a tuner or clip-on tuner, the value of that, because although if maybe you're a regular gigging musician, studio musician, or student, and you've been playing for a little while, you might be fully familiar with the benefits of a clip-on tuner. There's a lot of musicians that come in the door, especially guys that have been playing, or people that have been playing for a long time, that has said, I used to tune by ear, or I'd have the piano player give me the note and I would pitch match. And there's such a great benefit to ear training. So, I definitely encourage people to do that. But also, there's that time where you just want to quickly tune up and get to playing music and not make it about the experience of learning how to tune an instrument. So make sure that I encourage people to learn both ways, like work on tuning by ear and pitch matching to another instrument, but also, have this tool available to you, so that you can tune quickly and accurately. If you're in the studio, like, don't mess around. You don't want to, finish a recording session and then afterwards be like, oh, that guitar's a little bit out of tune. It could ruin a great performance that you've captured, right? And live, same thing. Like, I remember seeing an artist not that long ago at a festival, and he was trying to tune by ear, and it was a noisy environment, and they were trying to go quickly, and he just said, "Oh, that's good enough for rock and roll," and started to play, and it wasn't good enough for rock and roll, and they were a really good band, and I was having trouble enjoying it because his guitar was out of tune. And I've played with people and I've tried to tune by ear, and they just look over and go, oh, you're not in tune with me, and I tuned a 440, accurate pitch or whatever. So there's my little spiel, if you will, on the value of a clip-on tuner. And definitely, throw in the comments if you agree, disagree, you got your own thoughts on this. I've definitely heard people in the showroom say things like, you really should learn to tune by ear. You shouldn't be dependent on a tuner. And then on the flip side of it, I've seen people say things like, well, I've got an app on my phone. So, obviously, this is a great tool. And there's lots of great apps to help benefit musicians. And I don't discourage people from checking that kind of stuff out. And in a safe, controlled environment like your living room, maybe a tuning app is sufficient. You can put it down on your coffee table right in front of you, lean into it, and probably do a pretty not bad job for free with your phone. But you don't want to be at an open mic night trying to stabilize your phone close to you while you tune. If it's on a stand, you're gonna. It's just it's all around an awkward scenario, and the story keeps surfacing of people trying to use these in these environments and then dropping their phones and breaking their very expensive phones just to save the slight investment of having a clip-on tuner. And I say slight because the regular price at Connors Music on a D'Addario Eclipse tuner is $19.95. And this guy, you can see, here's the clip here. It just clips onto the headstock. This is a little example screen, so this just peels off. And you use this to tell you if you're sharp or flat from whatever diatonic note you're closest to. So if you strum your E string and it's really low, shows up as a D, and you want it to be an E, then you got to tighten it up to E. Before I should have brought one out of a package so I could demonstrate this. And usually I have one in here. If you want me to, I'll run and grab one. If anyone puts in the comments like, I want to see this thing in action, go grab it, then I will happily go and do so. If you're satisfied with a little description, then we'll just leave it at that. So then, you're reading the screen here, and if it's sharp, it's going to be red here, and you just lower it down until you're in between the blue lines and blue arrows. Everything sort of lights up blue around the letter that you're trying to tune to. If you're flat, it's going to be down here. You just raise it up. Now, I have heard from many people, and I've experienced this myself, that I feel like it's best to tune up to a note. So if you're finding that you're sharp and you're starting sharp, then just lower it down and then come back up. That's just, again, my personal experience as a, musician tuning guitars for the last many years. See the gray in the beard there. That's proof. I didn't actually start playing guitar till I was a teenager. I was playing piano for years first. But yeah, and clip-on tuners were not super readily available and not affordable when I was 15, 16. It came out a little bit later where, good options came out. And this is one of our favorites. So again, the D'Addario Eclipse tuner. Now I'm going to put in the comment section here the link to our sale section. Now this has all the items, but I can see the Eclipse tuners pop up fairly quick from the top. So I'm going to put this in the comment section, whether you're watching on Facebook or YouTube, and you can just click on the link and go direct to our sale. Now this sale is live on our website until July 28th at midnight. So that's on the Sunday. Now we're physically in the building. We're closed on Sundays. So you won't be able to come in store after Saturday at close, which is at 5 p.m. Eastern time. But you can continue to buy them online. Just either have them set for ship or curbside pickup on Monday, and you can still take advantage of the special. So the Eclipse tuner from now until then is on sale for $15. And we've got it in stock in this black color that I've been showing you here. And then we also have a few in stock in yellow, in purple, which I refer to as lavender. I think it looks like a lavender to me. And then red, all showing in stock right now. Again, as of 3:52 Eastern time. And again, you can come into the shop or you can buy it online, and the link is there now in the comment section. That goes right to our sales section of the website. Okay. So these ones run on a CR2032 battery. Now these are fairly readily available and somewhat like they're not super expensive. We stock the D'Addario CR2032 battery, which all the D'Addario products are on sale. So they're actually on sale this week as well. And they're easy to replace. It's the same battery a lot of us have in our key fobs too, by the way. So what I like to do is they have a 4-pack of D'Addario 2032 batteries. So I buy that. I use them for my tuners and for my key fob. And so then, if you're okay with that, then that's great. Now, fairly recently, like within the last couple of years, D'Addario and other companies, like for example, Snark, which we don't have their example in stock at the moment, have released tuners that are, oh, it's under my finger, are rechargeable. And the way this one functions is it has a cable included in it. It's just like a USB cable, and you plug it in to any USB power device to recharge it. So I did buy one of these for my daughter at home. I'd already had all my tuners with batteries before these came out, and I might consider replacing them with rechargeables when the time comes. But right now they're all functioning, so I'm happy with that. But for at home, I thought that's a great option because when her battery dies, she doesn't have to worry about it. She can just plug it into whatever device. We have a little charging station at the house. We also have your laptop usually has a port, and the cable's included, so you can plug it in and recharge it. And it's got a nice design too. As far as accuracy, I found them pretty close to each other. The Eclipse and this one. This one might be a little smoother, but both are pretty good as far as accuracy. This one's going to cost you a little more money up front, but then you'll never have the expense of batteries. So, that's a feature that a lot of people have appreciated. Now, one person a couple of days ago said, well, which one should I buy? And I said, well, which one do you see in your life experience is going to be a better fit for you? That's what you should be, I think, asking yourself. If you are recharging devices at home already and you have that kind of setup, like I was explaining we do at home, then that's probably a better way to go because you're never going to be like, oh, I got to run and get batteries. So, and there is an environmental benefit to reducing the number of times we're throwing batteries out. So, that's a cool thing. So then even though the upfront expense, again, these are $40.99 at Connors Music regular price, and then on sale this week till Sunday. So that your upfront investment is about double, but again, after some battery purchases, you'll have made up some of the savings. But if you're like, I just don't see myself recharging it. I've even heard people say, oh, I'm going to lose the cable, that kind of stuff. Then just get, the nice, affordable, good job tuner. And there's one in the middle, and I was going to show it, but we don't have any in stock. So they're coming later this week. If they arrive before the sales end, they will go on sale. And it's the Eclipse rechargeable tuner. So you get kind of slightly more affordable with the Eclipse design. So that's kind of cool too. Whereas this Nexus, the more expensive one, it calibrates a little wider range. It's got a battery charging icon, and it does say I'll have to check the other one to see the length of time. But this is designed on a full charge to give you 24 hours of tuning time per charge, which is pretty amazing. I've got my first comment. Thanks, Dan, for saying hey. Do you have any thoughts, Dan, about tuners? What do you use? I'm okay if we end up talking about other brands, even stuff we don't stock. I love it when it's a conversation, even though this is just a pop-up live event for the summer sale here at Connors Music, not the regular John Connors live stream that we do on the first and third Wednesdays. I still think an interactive experience is best. So, Dan, do you have any thoughts? Okay, says it lasts forever, the battery after charging. Oh, do you have the Nexus? I didn't know that off the top of my head. Do you have this tuner, Dan? And he's saying it lasts forever. And that's what I experienced with my daughter, is like I charged it and then it was like it felt like forever before she was like, Dad. And I was like, oh, okay, we'll charge it again. So is this the one you have, or do you have the one in the middle? Or oh yes, two of them. There you go. So thank you, Dan, for that. I appreciate that. So this is just one item, but I wanted to feature. But I think I'll put. Do I want to put the 2032? I was going to put the link for the batteries, but I think that's okay. You'll be able to find them. Again, all of these items are at that link in the summer sale. It's mostly featuring D'Addario items. You'll find a few exceptions. Oh, and when we say D'Addario as well, they've got some brands that they distribute or own that don't say D'Addario. Um, so you'll see in the sale flyer Evans and Promark, Dan Electro. What other brands? Tycoon. Again, D'Addario has been such a great partner for us. So that we bring in a lot of problem solving items and great products for our customers. And, the response has always been phenomenal. So we've been happy with everything. So Dan says, yeah, it lasts for months. So that means you're a very efficient tuner, because if you think 24 hours of tuning time, and you play all the time, right? So if it's lasting for months, you probably turn it on, quickly tune, and turn it off, and away you go, which is great though. Like we want a clip-on tuner to be efficient and accurate. That, I think, like, what else do you want to ask for? Durable, like you want it to last a long time. And I've seen very, very few complaints about any of the D'Addario tuners. And if there was maybe one or two issues that did surface, when we contacted D'Addario, they were like, "Oh, no problem. They'll solve that for us." So, um, and they're affordable. So, if eventually, if you go with Eclipse, and it does have its. Oh, and Dan's adding this too. You don't even have to worry about turning it off, because it does have an auto shut off. So that's very smart. And actually, I think I even read that in the description here. And I skimmed it. Power button toggles on and off. Powers off automatically after 10 minutes to save battery life. So I guess I was thinking, do you turn it off though too, like just to save even more time? Because if you're only taking, say, 5 minutes to tune, instead of 10, instead of waiting for the shut off, or if you keep playing, does it keep it alive too? Is the other part of it, right? But yes, if you tune a guitar and then hang it up or put it on the guitar stand or whatever, then that tuner is going to shut off and save its power. So, another side note, just like over my shoulder here, is this beautiful um, teal. What are we going? Surf green. Um, that came in as a trade-in over the weekend, so that'll be hitting the floor this evening. So you'll see that on connorsmusic.ca as well as in the showroom. So Dan says, no, I let it shut off. So there you go. You let it do its thing, and he still gets months of time out of a charge. So then, there's I think some added value, and a benefit there. And if you have two of them, I imagine you bought one, liked it, and then bought a second. You probably didn't just give me two, right? Because or maybe you did. I don't know. Maybe you're like, yes, I'm gonna fully go into rechargeable right away. We still sell, I will say, a lot more of the Eclipse tuners to the rechargeables, but these are starting to pick up steam, as I think more and more people are comfortable with the idea of having little charging stations or areas in their homes where they can set up. So, all right, that's my chat about tuners today. Thanks, Dan, for all your comments there and keeping this an interactive experience. You will be seeing, again, members of our team here at Connors Music. That's right. Bought on one, then the other. So bought one, liked it, said, "Hey, give me a second." And I always say to all my customers here at Connors Music, if you have multiple instruments, they each deserve their own set of accessories, right? You don't want to have to, if you take a guitar out to a party and then go, shoot, my capo, my tuner, my strapper in my other case. Right? No. Make sure everything that you need is with each instrument. If you have to gradually assemble the accessory package for each instrument, by all means, do it that way. But don't leave yourself stranded with an instrument that you can't tune quickly, or you can't stand and play because you don't have a strap for it, or whatever. Again, capo up if you're a singer, or playing with other people. So there you go. There's my added spiel about that. But yeah, you're going to see members of our team going live throughout the week here with little chats, discussions, maybe little demos. So stay tuned to our Facebook and YouTube and possibly Twitch over the course of this week for those. And every time we do it, we're going to be putting the link in there so that you can take advantage of the sale prices. I'm going to just respond to one more thing here from Dan. So he says, only one, it doesn't work on the cello banjo. So that's it. I'm really actually glad you brought that up, because the Eclipse tuner is designed with guitar in mind, but it's not exclusive. And what I mean by that, and I didn't really dig into this that much, but it is a chromatic tuner. So it's not going to tune just like, for example, the six strings of a guitar in standard tuning, which there are tuners out there and they kind of drive me nuts because if you want to do anything outside of E, A, D, G, B, E tuning, then you're stuck, right? So I definitely encourage you to get a chromatic tuner set if you want to do an alternate tuning or anything outside of that small box, you can. But with that said, I know they released a model that was more focused on bass frequencies. And I believe they call it the cello bass Eclipse tuner. I'm just going to see if I can find it on the website. Um, so, although they do say the Eclipse is ideal for guitar, bass, live, and studio, so now I'm just seeing if there's okay. We're going to go tuners. This is I'm scrolling through the D'Addario webpage right now, not connorsmusic.ca. But Dan's adding that the cello banjo, if you've ever seen one, it's a very low tuning, very low frequencies it creates. So the gate, well, there we go. So the guitar bass Eclipse does work on there we go, on the bass, but they made another tuner called the Eclipse cello / bass tuner, and this one would be more focused on low frequencies. And they made the rechargeable Eclipse cello and bass tuner. I'm going to add this in the comment thread here, this link to these, Dan, so you can check this out. And I believe I haven't stock checked these, but I bet they have them in stock. So it's something we could order in very quickly from D'Addario if this solves a problem for the cello banjo or the cellist, or maybe just a bass player who's finding the Eclipse isn't, especially if you're doing lower than E, like if you have a 5-string bass or you're doing lower tuning, or any alternative where you're lower than that low E frequency that we see on a standard 4-string bass, then you may want to look at the D'Addario cello bass tuner, cello / bass tuner. And again, they've now released that in a rechargeable Eclipse cello and bass tuner. Interestingly enough, along with those two featured in that cello tuners section is the tuning fork. I should have grabbed it. We do stock the tuning fork. I get requests for it every once in a while, and I just think it's kind of a fun thing to have in stock. So there you go. Again, thanks for popping in with your comments. Watch for us to go live, different members of the team throughout the week, and we will be chatting about all these cool D'Addario and a couple other products that are on sale from now until Sunday. Okay, thanks, and we'll chat with you again soon. Stay well.